I'm a private jet flight attendant, and every passenger asks for the same bizarre snack, then vanishes. Okay, so this is weird. Like, really weird. I've been a flight attendant for 7 years now, but only on private jets. You know, the kind where you're serving caviar and champagne to people who probably don't even know how much it costs. I've seen some things, trust me. Billionaires arguing over art deals, celebrities having full-blown meltdowns, royalty, well, being royal. But there's one thing that's consistently bizarre, and it's been happening for years. Every single passenger, without fail, requests purple gummy bears. Specifically, purple. Not red, not green, purple. And honestly, I never see them eat them. They just vanish with the gummies. It sent a chill down my spine, and I couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. It started subtly, you know? A request here, a request there. I just thought it was a quirky preference. Like some people want peanuts, some want pretzels, some want purple gummy bears. Fine. But then it became a pattern. Every flight, every passenger, regardless of their background or apparent personality, asks for the purple gummies. It's gotten to the point where I stock extra just in case. It's unsettling. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, I swear. I just deal with logistics and making sure the champagne is chilled. But this feels ritualistic. Like there's some unspoken agreement, some secret code I'm not privy to. I've tried to ask my colleagues about it, but they just shrug and say, "Hey, rich people are weird." Which, yeah, fair point. But this is beyond weird. This is something else. The more I thought about it, the more I realized I was starting to feel like I was being observed. I don't know why I did this, but a few months ago, after a particularly long flight with a very demanding CEO, I grabbed a handful of the purple gummies. Just a few. I wanted to see what all the fuss was about. Honestly, I was expecting something fruity, maybe a little tart. What I got was not that. They tasted faintly metallic, like licking a battery, but sweeter. It was a really strange sensation. I immediately spit them out, of course. I felt kind of gross afterward. I should have just thrown them away, but I kept them. I don't know why. Maybe I was hoping to find some kind of clue, some explanation for this whole gummy bear phenomenon. I'm probably losing it, right? The unsettling taste lingered, and I couldn't help but wonder what other secrets these gummies held. So, I started tracking the flights. I know, it sounds obsessive, but I couldn't help myself. I used the flight manifests, the destination airports, anything I could get my hands on. And the destinations? They were always the same. Obscure, private airfields, places you'd never find on a regular map. And a lot of them were owned by the same holding company. A really big, really opaque holding company with a name that sounded like it was made up. I tried to look into them, filed some inquiries through the proper channels, but nothing. My requests were ignored, brushed off. It was like they didn't even exist. I'm starting to think I'm being watched. Paranoia, maybe? It's probably just the lack of sleep and the constant pressure of dealing with demanding clients. The silence from my inquiries was more alarming than any direct threat. This is the part that really freaked me out. A few weeks ago, after I'd been asking too many questions, at least that's what it felt like, I found a single unwrapped purple gummy bear on my doorstep. Just sitting there. No note, no explanation, just a gummy bear. It felt like a threat, a silent warning to stop digging. I immediately called security, filed a report, the whole 9 yards. They said it was probably just a prank, some kids messing around, but I didn't believe them. I still don't. I've been looking over my shoulder ever since. I'm probably being ridiculous, right? I mean, it's just a gummy bear, but it felt intentional, like someone was trying to scare me. The gummy bear seemed to pulse with an unnatural energy, and I knew I was in danger. Then, a fellow flight attendant, Sarah, she's been doing this longer than I have, she saw me looking stressed and asked what was wrong. I told her about the gummy bear, about the weird requests, about the holding company, and she laughed. Not a mocking laugh, but a relieved laugh. She told me the truth. Turns out the gummies aren't some sinister conspiracy. They're actually a very expensive anti-anxiety medication, like ridiculously expensive. Apparently they have some bizarre side effects though, temporary color perception changes and heightened relaxation. That explains the metallic taste, I guess, and why people don't seem to eat them. They're probably just feeling relaxed. But the relief I felt quickly turned to a new wave of unease, as Sarah's explanation raised even more questions. So the landing locations aren't random. They're discreet wellness retreats, super exclusive, invitation-only places where the ultra-rich go to de-stress and recharge. The vanishing passengers aren't vanishing at all. They're just undergoing experimental therapies for stress and burnout. Treatments so exclusive, so confidential, that they demand absolute secrecy. It all makes sense now, doesn't it? The purple gummies, the obscure airfields, the holding company. It's all part of this elaborate system to protect the privacy of the elite. I feel stupid, honestly. I got all worked up over nothing. Or did I? The realization that I was part of something so secretive left me feeling deeply unsettled. Knowing the truth makes me feel conflicted. I'm complicit in keeping the elite's secrets. I'm part of this system that allows them to escape reality, to indulge in these bizarre therapies. But the gummies are genuinely helping them, right? They're alleviating stress, improving their mental health. Is it my place to expose this? To reveal the secrets of these exclusive retreats? I don't know. I really don't. It's a moral gray area, and I'm not sure what the right thing to do is. I'm just a flight attendant. I'm supposed to serve champagne and make sure the cabin is clean. I'm not supposed to be questioning the ethics of billionaire wellness programs. The weight of this knowledge felt heavier than any suitcase I'd ever carried. The metallic taste, that's the weirdest part still. Sarah explained that it's due to a rare mineral only found in one region of the world. They source it specifically for these gummies because it enhances the anti-anxiety effects. Apparently, it's a closely guarded secret. And then she dropped another bomb. The retreats are funded in part by that region's government. Apparently, it's some kind of diplomatic initiative. I'm not entirely sure I understand it, to be honest. It's all very complicated and involves a lot of international politics and, well, I don't even want to think about it. The implications of government involvement sent a shiver down my spine, and I wondered what strings were being pulled behind the scenes. I still wonder if the benefits outweigh the secrecy. Are these therapies too good to be true? Is there a hidden cost to this level of relaxation? And what about the government involvement? What are they getting out of all this? I keep thinking about that gummy bear on my doorstep. Was it a warning or just a coincidence? I honestly don't know. Has anyone else encountered similar bizarre requests in their line of work? Anyone else ever felt like they were caught in the middle of something they didn't understand? I'm just really unsettled by all of this. I need a vacation. But a nagging feeling told me that even a vacation wouldn't be enough to escape the truth.